Hello YouTube, Ghost Godzilla Thunderbolt here, bringing you guys another Godzilla X Kong figure review. Yeah, so I got this 2-pack at Walmart in Tifton, Georgia. So you guys are wondering which one I'm going over today. Well, today's review, we are going over the Playmates Toys Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire. Today's review, we are going over the Godzilla vs. Shimo, or Shimo 2-pack. So we're going to do a review on the Godzilla vs. Shimo 2-pack. So anyways, so let's start off with Godzilla Evolved. Let's get a closer look at him. So starting off with Godzilla Evolved detail. So as you can see the face. It has a little detail, but it's kind of lost. If you can see that there, they could have done a little more work around his face, but it looks good. You can see you got the eyebrows. You can see a little bit of the nostrils. His face is a little smaller than it was in the previous Godzilla films. The top of the head looks good. You got some details there. The eyes could use a little more work. I wish the eyes had a more like a reddish, glowish color to his eyes. We'll talk about that there in a minute. The teeth could use some work inside of his mouth. Could use some work because that's the hole inside the effect piece, which we'll talk about there in a little bit. But his teeth could use some work. He's not good, not spot on, but his teeth could use some work. Looks like his back wheel teeth individually sculpted, but his teeth could still use a little more work. The tongue's in there. Side of his neck got some details. You can see some details right down the side of his neck. And also you can still see the gills, his detail underneath the neck. Not that much detail on the bottom of his jaw. Other side of his neck, as you guys can see, we got some scaly patterns here. We got the gills etched in on the side of his neck. The side of his neck got some nicely good details. Now, the arms got a nice scaly pattern look to them, but one thing they did not do, they didn't bother to paint the elbow spike red. We'll talk about here in a minute, but the elbow spike, it's got some nicely well done details on it. But the rest of the arms got some nicely well done scale patterns. The hands and the claws look good. And on the underside of his right arm, his left arm, you can see you got more details there. You got a little bit of finger details now. For his right arm, look at the same details on his right arm. As you can see there, more details on his right arm. So you can see we got nice well done details on his arm. And on the underside of his right arm, it's got some okay details. Now for his chest and his stomach, you see you got some excuse me. As you can see, we got some details right on his chest. You can see you got a little bit etched in details right here on his chest. And his stomach, he's got a nice muscular abdomen look to him. He's really muscular. It's a little bit on Godzilla Evolved. He's really muscular looking. Yeah, but he's got some nice well done details. Not spot on, but okay. He got some good details right here on his chest and his stomach. You can see some scales etched in there. And his legs got some details in there. You can see the details on his legs. Got some nicely applied details. I mean, it's not Monster Arts detail. I really hope Monster Arts does their own Godzilla Evolved. See the feet are nice and stumpy. His other leg, his right leg. See, you got some scale patterns in there. You can see some bumps here on his leg. It goes all the way down to his stumpy little feet. The toes are nicely done. Even on the back of his legs, here got some nicely well done details. As you can see that there are nicely well done details on the back of his legs. Now his tail. Okay, no. Before we do that, let's talk about the spines on the back of the neck. As you can see, they're just painted on. They're not translucent or everything. But the giant scale figure has translucent spines here on the back. You know, but the spines here on the back on Godzilla Evolved. It's back. You got some nice details in there. Look at the different this time. See, when you turn the figure, conkles like that. When you do that, kind of like not so much. So you can see you turn the figure, it's kind of like a reddish orange when you look at it through the camera. When the light hits it, it kind of helps it glow a little bit, so you kind of get a really awesome effect. So you turn it like that. You can tell it's there, but when you turn that to the camera, you can tell it's how he's charging up. Really nice touch. Yes, these are translucent. See, if you got really creative, you can put LED lights in the spines here to kind of give him that light effect he has in the movie. And the tail has got some really well done details. You see it goes all the way down, and it got little tail spikes here. Little tail spikes on his tail are nicely well done. Now the bottom of the tail, oops, sorry about that. If I can get the bottom of the tail in flame, there we go. See, at the bottom of the tail, the bottom of his tail got some nicely well done applied details. It goes all the way down to the tip. Now for paint job, as you can see for his eyes are orange with black pupils, supposed to have like a glowing red effect to him. And his eyes could use a little more work. See, they're painted orange with black pupils, but his eyes are supposed to have that glowing red effect to his eyes. Yeah, so he's supposed to have like a glowing red effect to his eyes, which I kind of wish he used like a metallic pinkish red to help bring out the eyes more. Yeah, but the eyes are supposed to be like a glowing red color. See, the teeth are like a dirty bone color, but they could use some work. The tongue is in there, it's pink. Now the blue paint, see, we got some light blue mixed in with the standard blue. There's actually when he's around fighting Shimo, he's around these glowing blue crystals. See, the kind of look opposite that. So you see, we got some standard blue mixed in with the light blue. And it's all over his arms, all over his neck, chest, and stomach. And it kind of goes onto his legs a little bit there. But it doesn't go all the way down on his legs. It stops, like the blue just stops. Like a medium jump to like a darker blue right down on his legs. You can see we got like a pinkish color on the spines here, on the back of his neck. And the spines on his back are translucent. They're like a translucent red color. So you turn like that, you can see it looks really good, but when you have it like this, if you turn it like this, see, when you look at it like this, it's like, it's okay, but when you turn it right at you, you can tell like he's charging up his atomic breath. Now the translucent goes all the way down and just stops, like an immediate jump to this weird pinkish color right here on his tail. See, the pinkish goes all the way down to the tail, all the way down to his tail tip. So you can see that there. Now this figure is the same figure. This figure is the same, but I'm gonna show you guys a side-by-side comparison. And I forgot, he does have like a mustard toy color on his claws and on his toes. Yeah, so I forgot about that. My apologies, guys. Now this figure is the same figure with a standard Godzilla Evolved. Now the only differences I can spot between these two figures is these two had different colored paints on the chest and stomach and the neck. See, as you can see on the standard Godzilla Evolved, he just had like it's kind of this weird grayish brown color on his chest, neck, and stomach. Was the other Godzilla Evolved has like a light blue and standard blue mixed in. And these figures are the same. They're the same figures, but with different paint apps on the chest, stomach, and the neck. And of course, the tails are the same, and the spines on the back are the same. But one thing I did notice, these figures do not have the elbow spikes painted. They're just bland. Playmates should have put like red highlights on his elbow spikes. He doesn't have that. I think the giant scale version does. I don't know if the Battle War figure does. Yeah, so those are only the differences I can spot between these two figures. Now for articulation, we're going to get jaw articulations on a hinge. So it opens and closes, and so you can keep it open or have him displayed with his his mouth open. His arms can move. He can act like he's, you want to do stop motion when he's running, he can do that. Like, do stop motion of him if he's running. And of course the legs, they go forward and back, forward and back. It's like on the standard release. He's got swivels here in the ankles. So you can see swivel heels in the ankles. And you're going to get a tail tickler on a ball joint peg so you can move it very freely. Now this figure does come with one accessory. Just like a standard Godzilla Evolved, this one too does come with his heat ray. It's kind of like a magenta color, but the way the light hits it, really helps it bring it out more. I mean, the heat ray on this figure is really nicely well done. I love the effect part here. And now, for those of you who do not have this figure, or already have this figure, what you're gonna do, you see the hole right there on the roof of his mouth. You're gonna take your atomic breath, and you're gonna plug it like. Sometimes you can take a little trigger to get plugged in. And there we go. Now Godzilla Evolved is firing his atomic breath. As you can see, this effect part looks really, really nicely well done. Yeah, so this figure is nicely well done, but we still got one figure to take a look at next. And we're going to do that right now. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at Shimo. Now Shimo does come with Godzilla Evolved. It's a two-pack. Yeah, so let's take a closer look at Shimo. Starting off with Shimo's details. Starting with Shimo's head, as you can see, Shimo's got some etched in scale patterns on top of her head. You can see a little finger here on her head. She got some nicely with scale patterns on her head. Even on the side of her face, got some nicely well done scale details. You can see her nostrils. But on the other side of her face, you can see some details. Right on the side of her face, around her eyes, the back of her neck looks nicely well done. But one thing I didn't notice when I got this figure, as you guys can see, just like the Shimo we took a look at on the channel, this too has some details underneath her jaw, which was lacking from Godzilla Evolved. Now the bottom of her neck got some nicely well done details. As you can see the hinge joint, but just ignore that and enjoy the detail on the figure. So you can see we got some detail on the bottom of her neck. The crystals on the back of her head are nicely well done. Look how the playmates took the time sculpting the crystals on Shimo's head. Now it goes from the white and then to the blue crystals themselves. Now moving to the arms. As you can see, we got nicely fantastic details on the arms. Not monstrous detail, but it's still good. So as you can see, we got nicely well done scale patterns on her arms. We even got scale patterns on her feet, her front feet. So as you can see, the claws are nicely well detailed. Bottom of the feet, the bottom of the toes are good, but the bottom of the feet could use some more detail. Now moving to her underside, I can move my hand out of the way. There we go. Let's see. Look at this. Look at this. How can you skip that? She's got really nice well done skin detail on her stomach and chest. As you can see there. She got nicely well done scale patterns on her chest and stomach. And she's even got the same detail on the side of her arms. Her front arms here got some nice well done scale patterns. And you're gonna get the same detail on her left arm. Her left arm's got some nicely well done details as well, as you can see that there. So you got details on the back of the arms here, nicely well done. And you're gonna get the same detail on her right arm here. See the feet got some nicely well done details on the top. And you're gonna get the same detail on the back side of Shimo's left arm. As you can see that there, nicely well done details on her arm. You don't buy these figures for the articulation. You buy these figures for the detail. Yeah, so this figure is nicely well done. It got some nice details on Shimo. So we got more. We got a little bit of bumpy detail on her right side here. So you got nicely well done bump details on her side here. And on her left side, she's got nicely well done bumpy detail on the side here. Now for the crystals on her back, let's see, the crystals on her back are individually sculpted just like we got of the standard Shimo. No matter, but this one's an exclusive figure. So you can see the crystals are nicely well done. They go all the way down and they taper off when they reach the tail. Her tail has got some nicely well done details. You can see got more of the crystals, and you got these fork-like crystals on the tip of her tail. And on the bottom of her tail, it's got some nicely well done details there. So as you can see, we got nicely well done details all the way to the tip of her tail. And so you buy these figures for the detail. You don't buy them for the articulation. That's what I love about collecting. I buy these figures for the detail, not for the articulation. You see, but the crystals are really nicely well done. And this figure got some different paint apps on this figure. And look at the inside the mouth. Doesn't have that much detail, and her tongue is in there. Well, as you can see, she's got like blue eyes. And the rest of the figure is cast off of white plastic, but she has blue eyes. You can see her blue eyes. The teeth, the bottom of her teeth, individually sculpted, but the upper row could use a little more work. See, you got a pink tongue in her mouth. Now, one thing I did notice about this figure, she got a little bit of light blue shading on her neck, on the underside of her chest and stomach. As you can see there, she's got some light blue details on her there. And we got the back of the leg. Her back leg's got some detail tail there. I forgot about that. My apologies. So as you can see, she's got light blue detail, light blue paint on her front arms. She even got some light blue paint going on her right side here. And she's got some right here on her back legs. Got some details, some light blue paint on her legs. That's a nice touch, playmates. So you got more light blue paint on the side of her here. Now for her crystals on her back, as you can see, we got like the basic blue and then the light blue help touch it up, which is really nice. And you're gonna get that same paint detail on the back. So you got light blue, then we got the translucent blue here, then the light blue, and then it goes back to the translucent blue. Which I like how they added the light blue highlights on Shimo, and the crystals, and the light blue paint on her crystals will really help Shimo pop more. And now for the tail, so you got some blue, goes all the way down to the tail tip. And like how they got the white mixed in with the blue. And you can see that like on the back. See, look how the white, they got like a little bit of white and a little bit of blue on it. Really help bring up the tail more. And there's a little bit of light blue paint on the bottom of the tail. Yes, this figure is really nicely well done. Now, this Shimo you only get in a 2-pack, because this is an exclusive figure. But you guys are wondering, how does it compare with our standard Shimo figure? There's two pronunciations. This one, other people call it Shimo, but I prefer to call it Shimo. Yeah, so these two figures are different. So as you can see, they have the exact same blue, translucent blue, but one thing that this figure has that this one doesn't. This one has light blue highlights on it and light blue highlights on the crystals on the back. Of course, the tails are the same. See, you got light blue crystals. They got light blue on the crystals here. The standard one just has the basic blue, and it has light blue under the stomach. This one is just plain white. The other figure has light blue under the stomach and on her front arms and back arms, and her back legs. I mean. Yeah, see, if you guys had to choose, there's also light blue highlights on the bottom of her neck there. This one lacks that. So if you guys had to choose, which Shimo figure would you guys go for? Would you go for this one, or get them both? Yeah. So these only two things I can spot between these two figures. Now for articulation, this figure has the same articulation as the standard Shimo. So as you can see, the jaw opens and closes, but it looks really awkward If you open it all the way, so I recommend about closing it or just having it slightly open. Now she's got a hinge here at the neck, as you guys saw earlier. It goes up and down, but you can also swivel it and get a look a different direction. So as you can see that there, she's got a hinge here, and the arms you can rotate a full 360, and it can also go in and out, like so. Same with her right arm, you go in and out, in and out. It can go full 360. And believe it or not, she's got articulation in her feet, in her front feet. So you can see that there. And she's got articulation in her back legs. Goes forward and back, forward and back. Doesn't go in and out, and you're still gonna get feet articulation. This one goes forward and back as well. And you can get more articulation in her back feet. And of course, you're going to get tail articulations on her joints, so you can kind of move very freely. Now, this figure, just like with the standard Shimo, this one does come with a frostbite blast. As you can see, it's a nice, pretty magenta blue color. And this fits into her mouth. See, you plug into the roof for her mouth there. But be sure you line up the peg correctly, because this can be quite tricky to get in. Let's see if we can get this in. It's quite tricky to get in. I'm going to have to pause the video until I get her effect part in. Okay, I finally got it in. So as you can see, it plugs into her mouth. Sometimes it can be a little tricky getting in. But once you can get it in, it stays in there solid. Now, see, it plugs in like so. But this 2-pack comes with a little something extra. This 2-pack comes with a Diorama 4-piece set. Comes with a Diorama 4-piece set. And of course, with this, you get 2 crystals. As you can see, the nice magenta color. And you get the bone cage diorama with it. Now, I do have the Kong vs. Sky King diorama, which if anybody wants to see a review on that, I will do it. Yeah, so the bone cage is for Shimo. You can have the crystals next to Godzilla if you want to. So you can see the bone cage got some nice reds and purples mixed in there, and the crystals are a nice blue color. Yeah, so you can have like Shimo displayed in the bone cage, and you can have like her and Godzilla going at it if you guys want to. So the 2-pack does come with a diorama bone cage accessory piece. Okay, now we'll see how well these two stack up next to our other figures. Here he is next to the standard Godzilla Evolved and the standard Shimo. So you guys can see they're the exact same figure, but with different paint apps here and there. Yeah, so they're not too big, they're not too small, they're just right. They've got a really good scale with your other Godzilla X Kong figures you guys have in your collections. And here he is next to the Hong Kong Battle Godzilla and the standard Godzilla Heatwave from Godzilla vs. Kong. So as you can see, if they would have did this figure like how they did Hong Kong Battle Kong, then the figure would have gotten a lot more love, and Godzilla Heatwave was good next to Shimo there. Yeah, so they'll go great next to your other Godzilla X Kong, Godzilla vs. Kong figures. Here they are next to the Playmates, Burning Godzilla, and Playmates, Final Wars, Gigan. So you guys can see they'll go good next to any Playmates figures you guys have in your collections. Yeah, so they'll scale up perfectly next to your other Playmates figures you guys have in your collections. Here they are next to the 2 Bandai vinyls with Godzilla 2016 and Godzilla 2019. So you guys can see these guys, they will scale up perfectly with your Bandai Movie Monster Series figures. Yes, if you have any Bandai Movie Monster Series figures in your guys' collections, they will scale up perfectly with them. And finally, here they are next to the 2 NECA Godzilla figures, with the NECA Godzilla 1989 Biollante version and the Godzilla 1956 poster image version. So as you guys know, they do scale up perfectly with NECA figures. Well, not all of them, but some of them. So you can see this one's taller than him, and Shimo doesn't go on that great scale of the meter. So they're kind of going okay scale with your Godzilla NECA figures you guys may have. So what do you think? Is the Godzilla X Kong Godzilla vs. Shimo 4-piece diorama set by now? Skip or wait for a deal? Now, I got this set at Walmart. This is my first 2-pack of figures I ever got. Now, let me know in the comments, guys, what you think of the Godzilla vs. Shimo 4-piece diorama set. And I will do the Godzilla, and I will do the Kong vs. Scar King 2-pack as well. If anybody wants to see a review on that. Anyways, guys, leave in the comments what you think about the figure. This was Ghost Godzilla Thunderbolt, signing off.